Are we losing our humanity to screens? We've all asked this very much in the recent times. We've all wondered what life would be like without screens. And is AI and short form content and even long form content, the internet itself, is it stealing away what truly makes us human? And I feel like this is sort of a loaded question for many people, because there can be a lot of different viewpoints on this. I know just myself have multiple different opinions, even sometimes on the same subject. It's very much so a subject that doesn't have one true answer. It is a topic that we need to look at from multiple different angles to truly understand what's going on, because we live in a complicated time right now with easy access to everything happening in the world, that just by a click of a button, our own personal thoughts and feelings can be shared to the general public with no sort of filter in most places. We have this sort of unbeknownst to us power that we have to impact other people's lives, change the course of where they're going. And it's so unfathomable to some people, and it's so inhuman. It makes us feel like gods almost, but also really takes away the impact of our actions. It's very much so a double-edged sword, as I've had a video on in the past. And I feel like we need to start with the most pressing concern right now, AI. I have made a video about this, but in the specific space where we're calling it stealing our humanity, we really need to look at AI art in every form that it currently exists. Because, again, it is partially stealing from real artists. It's sort of creating without true emotion, and in this specific topic, I am a bit of a hypocrite. If you look at my current channel logo and channel art, it is currently made by AI, 100%. I would like to change that someday down the road, but currently I do not have the time, money, or skill to do that kind of thing. But it's very much so a shortcut method. It's something that takes away meaning from something in return for getting it done fast and cheap. And I think we need to sort of appreciate human art a little bit more for what it is. It's not supposed to be perfect like AI art. It's not supposed to be the most magnificent thing you've ever seen. It's supposed to tell a story of the artist and of who's making it. And whenever AI does, it sort of lacks that feeling. That's why so many times where no matter how amazing an AI art might be, there's still no meaning behind it. It holds an air of confusion, an air of meaningless, a lack of purpose. I know I can't be the only one who sees this when you look at AI art. It just doesn't feel real. And this can also be said the same for AI music. Again, this isn't seen as much currently, but it is definitely on the rise, something we should look out for in the future. That might also become a concern. I expect that to be a little bit less of a concern, but again, still a concern in many respects. Same with these AI videos that are circulating. A lot of things that you'll watch now are just AI stories made, done by an AI voice. Videos even edited and generated by an AI. We've seen so much of AI stealing our humanity in the most basic form, because art is one of our most basic forms of expression, and specifically expression of our true human selves. And that's so hard to sort of see slip away, especially right now. Another point to bring up is that this sort of short form content that we see a lot of is so poisonous to us. This is another video I have planned, so I won't delve too deep into it on this specific video, but it's very much so a poison in our system. It takes our attention span, snaps them in half over and over again until all we're left with is an addiction to this form of content. And I'm not saying that even the form of content I'm doing or the form of content anybody else is doing is actively more or less beneficial. It's all sort of evils, but again, long form content is very much so the lesser of two. But we very much so see in the short form content, we see other people and sometimes AI now, but we see people making this sort of content, quality or not is to be debated, that honestly just ruins our attention spans. We've seen people have had their lives ruined, addicted to scrolling on their phones. And addiction has been a thing as long as humans have existed, and I do admit it's partially a natural thing that we have programmed into our brain, but this addiction to the short form content very much so is almost as bad as any other drug. It gives you that same hit of dopamine every time you do it, every time you watch a funny video or something like that. There is science to back it up. Of course, I have done no personal research onto this matter, but you can go out there, you can find these things, they very much so exist. I urge you to look into it. It's very interesting what you can find. And another big point to talk about here is that this video idea was generated by AI. So many people have been doing a bunch of things with AI that you probably couldn't even tell until I told you right here at the end. Because I very much so use AI more as a tool than just something to do my work for me. I use it as something to bounce my ideas off of, get inspiration from, but I never take AI directly. I have been using AI recently to give me just video ideas, and this was one that really stood out to me. It was very much so an AI basically speaking out against itself, which could be its own conundrum for another video. But we very much so see that these sort of things are poisoning our media even if we don't see it ourselves. And again, it can be used as a tool, and I think it should be used as a tool to assist people in the creative process, instead of being used just to circumvent it entirely. But I do very much so notice, especially today in our sort of culture, that so much of the content we consume is inspired by AI, or AI has something to do with it, that you could never really tell unless we go out and state it. And that's what's so scary about the internet stealing our humanity, is because it will come like a thief in the night, and we will one day wake up and all of a sudden we won't be human anymore. We'll be shells of creation that gave all of our lives to these machines. We've given them our art and our creativity, and in turn taken it away from ourselves. And I feel like we need to take a step back and really say that if AI is going to steal our jobs, our art forms, our lives, our livelihoods, it was our fault to begin with. We, as humans with screens and AI, we have engineered our own demise, and I think people need to really take a second and notice that. And that's why, at the end of this video here, I would like to urge you to break free. The world is not encapsulated into a screen or into a platform that you can watch. The world is encapsulated by the experiences we strive to have outside of these interactions over a screen. So I do urge you to put down your phone, close your laptop, and even if it's not much, just take a second and look around the room. Take a second and really appreciate where you are now, where you have been, and where you could go. So, thank you all for watching this video. I do hope it was as insightful as I hoped it was while making this. I think this was very much so a topic, even though it was signified by AI, it was very much so a topic I had a lot to discuss about. I do hope you enjoy. Again, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that things. Again, this is all to create a conversation and start a community. So if you would like to leave a comment, start a conversation, make videos like this yourself. There is no wrong in this community, and I very much so hope you guys appreciate that, if that is the only thing you take away from it. So that has been me, and I'll see you guys down in the comment section.